And it is officially time to start. Welcome guys, welcome to Abu Dhabi. It is 5 p.m. local time. And welcome everyone. Thanks for joining me so early in the morning for some of you. And let's go. I'm gonna flip this camera around. So for the ones that don't know me, I'm Natalie and I am a tourist. So don't expect me to know everything. I've literally arrived here about 45 minutes ago. So I've been running around to try to find the best walk. It's not always that easy, you know, because you can look at a map, but you never know if you can actually walk or if you can see a profile. If you look at all those little dots, I'm afraid it actually looks much better in person than it looks on camera. But can you see a face, a profile? This is Zayed. He's the first, or was the first president of the Emirates. You can see the face, cool. I'll show you. It's actually quite impressive because you can go around the monument, you'll still see the face. So technically it's very well done. Because I'll try to show you the front. It's probably going to be hard to see because of the sun, the sunset in the background. But see, if you come to the front, you should still be able to see the face. So now it's the front of Zayed. Hi Linda, hi Sandrine, welcome everyone. Can you still see the face from here? So it might just look like a bearded man or almost like Jesus Christ, but it's actually Zayed. You can see it perfect, right? So this is a memorial to the first president of the country, and it's actually the perfect timing to show you because today it's a very special weekend in the United Arab Emirates because it is Union Day tomorrow. It's the anniversary of this country being a country. On the 2nd of December 1971, the union was signed between those 7 emirates, and Zayed had a big part to play in the development of the country and in the work of the union. So he's very much an admired man around here. I'll probably tell you a little bit more about the union as we go, but it's also a very special weekend for something else. Do any of you know what's happening this weekend in the Emirates? A very international event. Let's see if you guys happen to know. We will have the Pope, we will have my king, Charles is coming as far as I know. No guesses? Well, it's COP28, so it's exactly, Mike. It is an international meeting talking about climate issues. It's been a bit controversial choosing Dubai to have the meeting, a marriage, or probably as well, but not a royal marriage. Yeah, it's a bit controversial because, well, see straight ahead the logo with the little eagle. ADNOC, that's one of the biggest petrol company. It's well, in a conference about climate, it's interesting to do it in a country that is such a massive oil producer, and the president of the COP28 this year is Sultan Hamad Al Jaber, and he's actually the CEO of the company ADNOC. So it's interesting they've chosen the Emirates. Some say that it's ridiculous. I mean, quite frankly, apparently the Emirates it's the 4th most pollutant, thank you, country in the world per pollution per inhabitant, and some say it's very good because, you know, if we want to talk about new energies and trying to stop using those you know, fossil energies, it's probably good to do it here. Why not? So it's gonna be a very busy weekend in the Emirates. And let me cross over again. So, oh, thank you. There was a marshal stopping the cars for me here. That's very nice. I didn't see them earlier. So Abu Dhabi, it is the capital of the United Arab Emirates. It's probably not as well known as Dubai, but Dubai is not a country. It's just one of the 7 Emirates. And Abu Dhabi is actually much larger and also much richer. Abu Dhabi holds 19% of the petrol. Dubai is almost out of petrol already. And so the local sheikh. So it's a bit like a king, really. The sheikh. It's almost like a tradition that the sheikh of Abu Dhabi is the president, and the sheikh of Dubai would be the vice president. It's not, of course, exactly a president, because obviously they are not being voted. According to the sheikh, actually, the Arab world is not ready for a democracy quite yet. The sheikh at the moment, it's Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, or MBZ, if you wanna cut it a bit short, is one of the richest and the most powerful men in the Arab world, really. And when you come here, you see images of the sheikh everywhere. They are on cars, they are on buildings, they are on boards. So even if you don't know them after a couple of hours here, you're quite used to see their faces. Anyway, we'll see a little bit of the beach here to my right. And there was a cat earlier. Let's see if he's still here. I said a beach. This is probably not the easiest to access. Oh no, my little cat is gone. There are a lot of lovely beaches. Oh yeah, he's here. Hello, my friend. Do you want to be a YouTube sensation? Hey? 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 Do you want to say hello? No. You don't care? Hey? Come and say hello. Ah, yeah, hello. Right. So let's have a look at the beach. Bye. There we go. There's a lot of lovely beaches here. But to give you an idea, if I wanted to find a public beach here, I'll have to walk straight down a kilometer. So there are a lot of private beaches. So it's harder to find a lovely beach that is free. You could go a bit further there, but it's a long walk. See those pedalo boats? They're quite cool. They're fancy cars. You've got an amusement park here called Ferrari World. There are a lot of activities to do for the families in Abu Dhabi. You've got Ferrari World. You've got the Falcon Hospital. The Bedouins, the local people, way before the petrol, they used falcons to help them hunt in the desert. Before they could have any fridges or anything like that, they had to hunt on a day-to-day basis, really, and they used the falcons to help them. So there's still very much a culture of taking care of falcons. There's a zoo as well. I've not been to the zoo. I wanted to go because I wanted to see a fennec. I wanted to see a fennec fox, those desert foxes. I've never seen one before, but not for this trip. And so, obviously, Abu Dhabi is a big city. You can see those towers and everything. It is a city. Well, pretty much the full country. It's about 90% expats. So everyone is welcome, everyone feels at home because everyone is a guest here. Well, apart from the 10% approximately of Emiratis. So you can meet people from everywhere. You can speak English to pretty much everyone. And it's quite amazing to have so many people coming here to work. It is a bit, I would say, segregated though, because of course some expats come with great jobs and make a lot of money, and you also have a lot of workers coming from some Southeast Asia mainly that would be paid very little. There is no minimum wage here, so when you see those buildings, you come in and you're like, wow, so impressive, so much money. Well, we wouldn't have been able to build buildings like that in Europe simply because we wouldn't, I mean, we have to pay them more. So it's a little bit controversial, I would say. And so yeah, to tell you a bit more about what we're celebrating this weekend, it's part of the reason why I'm here, because some of you might know my sister lives here, so she had a bank holiday, she had a day off, so that's why my parents came to visit. So that is to celebrate the union between those 7 sheikdoms. And you'd have to remember that back in the days, way before petrol, no one really cared about the land. The land was desert, and it was habitated by local Bedouins living very much like back in the days, you know, very traditional, and people cared though about the sea, because that was on the route, you know, if you were going to go to Mumbai. So there were a lot of traders on the sea. And at the beginning of the 20th century, they decided not to have any taxes here. So there's a lot of traders that came from India or from other places. But the main industry was still pearl fishing. They still do today, but today when they go pearl fishing, it's for tourism or leisure. But the pearl industry has changed a lot in the 60s because the Japanese, they invented a system of basically cultivating pearls. But yeah, back in the days, Abu Dhabi already existed. Abu Dhabi has been here for a while. There's a little urban myth that one of the chief from the Al Nahyan family, one day he followed a gazelle. There's a lot of gazelles in the area and in the desert, and the gazelle took him all the way down here to Abu Dhabi, where he found a source of clear water. So that's how the little fishing village would have started. And those local people were already organized in different sheikhdom. And in the 60s, the British, so it was under a British protectorate. They mainly protected, the sea, because there were a lot of pirates and stuff. So the British army was here. And eventually they decided to go. So that's when those local sheikhdom eventually decided to unite. So that's what happened in 71. So that's how the country was born, the United Arab Emirates. And Zayed, the one we've seen on the monument, he did a lot for the development of the country. When petrol came in the 60s, suddenly a lot of money came in, and his brother was actually the sheikh at the time, and he was very loyal to his brother for about 6 years, but his brother didn't really know what to do with that money. He didn't spend it developing the country. He didn't do anything. He kept on with his old lifestyle of desert life and hunting and Zayed wanted to use that money to create schools, a hospital, and to develop, to get some fridges or whatever goods we have in Europe. So he did a lot for the development of the country, and that's why he's such a famous face today. You see Zayed everywhere. on the banknotes, on in any shopping centers, on people's cars a lot, is everywhere. Are you guys still here? The chat is very quiet today, so I just want to check that it's still working all good. I guess so, but do let me know in the chat. Oh, perfect, cool. I thought, is it very early? Are they just very tired and not typing much? Good, perfect. So you can see straight ahead, that's the flag of the Emirates. Apparently it was designed by an 18 years old that came up with that design. Oh, perfect, Linda. Thank you, Lynn. Cool, you're still here. And we have another fancy hotel straight ahead. I believe this is the Roxy. There are a lot of everything here is about luxury, really. It's sometimes a bit too luxurious for me, but hey ho. Hi, Joyce. And it is warm, but it's not super warm. We did go for a little swim earlier. The water was not that warm. It's still nice though. It was 27 degrees, and I don't know how much was the water. I had 5 days of rain, which is usually the average in a year in Dubai, and I had the 5 of them. So much. Let me turn around to show you the view here. It's probably one of the best walking areas in Abu Dhabi. The Emirates is not necessarily always the best country to go for a walk, because the way the roads have been designed, there are a lot of places where it can be a bit complicated to cross the road. For example, in Dubai, where my sister lives, there's a spot next to our flat, a road, it would take you 16 minutes to cross it. So yeah, and on the motorway or on the roads in general, you don't want to miss your exit. Because, oh, the sister is there. You don't want to miss your exit because it could take you up to 20 minutes or even up to an hour to literally do a U-turn. And let me show you. So you can see here in the distance a bit of the presidential palace, the white building down there in the distance that you can visit. I have not done it yet because well, we don't have that much time, and I think we're going to the Louvre. They have a Louvre in Abu Dhabi, and it's an actual partnership with the Louvre, the French Louvre, so I should be going to see that. Right. Do we have anyone from Scotland in the house today? Any Scottish people in? Do let us know if you are from Scotland. No one? Well, if you are from the UK, you don't have to be Scottish, but anyone from the UK, if you feel a bit homesick and you fancy a local snack, let me show you what you can get yourself. Walkers, camels, and look, we've got the Royal Warrant. So that's the brand that, of course, has been supplying Buckingham Palace. They got their Royal Warrant in 2017, but I found them very cute. So here they are in the shape of a camel. Camel are, of course, and it's actually quite rare to see a Royal Warrant outside of the UK. For example, when you see the ferry, you know, the washing liquid ferry, if you buy it in Spain, you're not going to have the Royal Warrant on it, although the brand does have a Royal Warrant because people just don't care. But here, yes, anything that sounds chic or royal, they do want it. Oh, let me show you the monument, it's quite cool. So yeah, they have a lot of camels. You can see some when you go into the desert, and of course they do camel racing as well. So that's a single bump, so I guess it's actually a dromedary. In English, we tend to call them all camel, but in French, I think that'll be a dromadaire when it's only one bump. So yeah, camel racing is a big thing. So much of a big thing that they had to create little robots to be jockey, because they used to use kids to be because they were lightweight and they would be the best jockey for camel racing. And in some countries, not so much here, but I hear that in Qatar, for example, some of the kids were, well, they were told off, you know, if they put on a bit of weight, and some people complained that it was a bit like child labor, really, or exploitation. So they actually created a robot that would be in the shape of a little jockey. So I kid you not, they have little robot jockey that can ride the camel to win the race. So yeah, and that's a lovely place for a picnic. I'm gonna have to put my hat the other way around because I don't want it to fly away. It's getting a little bit windy. There we go, probably one of the best views of Abu Dhabi. And I'm gonna turn around so you can see towards the other side. They could use monkey jockeys. Well, they're probably harder to train than a robot because you can teach whatever you want to artificial intelligence nowadays. But yeah, monkeys would be a good weight as well. And a beautiful hotel. Imagine having your bed, having your room all the way up there. Great view. Good morning, Ash from Florida. It's probably quite early for you too. And you can come fishing here. I wonder what they're fishing. Right, let me go right all the way to the angle to show you the view. You will only eat Walker's camel from now. Well, let me show you what they like. I forgot to take my little tripod. Let me show you what they look like. Let's get the camel out. Let's see. Up. Oh, someone has eaten some. I've only had one. That must be the sister. There we go. Ta-da! The food is generally quite good here because they have some influences from anywhere else in the Middle East and from India as well. So there's a lot of great stuff to eat in the restaurants. 8 a.m. for you. Wow, not as early as it is for pizzas, but yeah. Let's try my shortbread while we're here. It's actually not very crunchy anymore. Probably left it open for too long. But yeah, Imar tastes good. A lot of camels here are actually called Imar because the Prince of Dubai, Faza, is young, attractive, rich, very popular on Instagram. He's got a few camels, but one of them is called Imar. So Imar has become a very popular name for camels around here. As she's saying, I saw Dubai area as well. Yeah, Dubai. The Emirates airline, they've managed to make Dubai a very much convenient stopover. So a lot of people come here for a few days because they might be on their way to, I don't know, on their way to Europe or on their way to Australia or wherever they might be flying to. No, Sarah, I only had one. I don't know who ate the rest. It's you. The chic shake, yes. They all chic the shake. Camel head soup. Well, yeah, I'm still working on the body because I can't eat on talk at the same time. So I've only had the head so far. But they taste very much like the same as they would do in the UK. It's just a different shape, but I prefer those. I wish we could have them as well. Anyway, guys, it's gonna be the end of the tour. Let me know if you have any question in the chat. If not, let me show you the view again. So the beautiful skyline of Abu Dhabi. So Abu Dhabi is also much larger as an emirate, much larger than the other ones. And it's only in one piece, because some of the other emirates are actually divided in many sections, so you can actually have to cross one to go to the next one. And in one of them there's a piece of Oman, so literally a different country, and in the piece of Oman there's a little piece of the emirate again. So clever marketing here. Well, if there's one thing the country is good for, it is clever marketing. Cool. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Lynn. Thanks everyone for coming today. And hopefully I'll see you next week. I think it's Wednesday. I'm taking you to Catania in Sicily. So it's on my way back. I had to stop somewhere. So I'm taking you to Sicily. I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday. Cool. And if any of you dropped me a little tip on PayPal or buy me a coffee or anything, you're very welcome. I know I cannot thank you live, but you're very much appreciated. It is thanks to you that we can keep running those tours and doing some research. And oh, you've been to Italy on vacation recently? Nice. Yeah, I'm probably the only one that goes to Sicily in the winter or in December, but yes, it's a city that's full of history anyway, so it should be good, and probably still much warmer than it would be in London. Anyway, thank you guys for coming today, even if it was early for some of you. Have a good evening, a good morning, a good lunch, a good night, whatever time it is for you, wherever you are in the world. Bye bye.